In the battle of beef, LongHorn Steakhouse and Texas Roadhouse each have their fans. But who wins the head-to-head matchup between these two iconic steakhouses when it comes down to the bone-in ribeye? Ordering a thick, juicy steak is never going to be easy on the wallet, and that's doubly true for ribeyes, which are consistently regarded as one of the best cuts of steak. Ordering the bone-in ribeye entree from both Texas Roadhouse and LongHorn Steakhouse doesn't offer any significant discount in that regard, and the prices are perfectly in line with what would be expected for a meal of this size and quality. That said, it's worth noting that we purchased both meals for takeout at locations situated in southeast Pennsylvania, and prices may vary somewhat by region. Nevertheless, Roadhouse's bone-in ribeye ran $29.99 with no toppings or add-ons, while LongHorn Steakhouse's outlaw ribeye set us back $30.79. The total difference of just 80 cents might be noticeable if we were talking about a fast food meal of a few dollars, but when ordering a steak dinner, that difference is almost not worth mentioning and shouldn't be much of a deciding factor when determining which option is better or the right choice for you. That said, those who are budget conscious will always take a little savings where they can on comparable dishes. So while the winner here may be Texas Roadhouse by sheer mathematics, it probably won't make much difference in your opinion of the meal. At $30 or more, the bone-in ribeye meal isn't for those looking to skimp on a night out, so it's important to know if you're getting your money's worth. So who offers the better value, Texas Roadhouse or LongHorn Steakhouse? As it stands, the two versions of the meal are all but identical in size. Both the Texas Roadhouse bone-in ribeye steak and the outlaw ribeye from LongHorn are listed as 20-ounce portions. LongHorn's description states that its version is a marbled cut of bone-in ribeye coated with our smoky char seasoning and fire-grilled. Texas Roadhouse provides a simpler description, listing the 20-ounce size and promising extra flavor. Because both are so similar, the crux of this showdown was decided almost entirely by which one provided the better overall experience, most notably the taste and texture. But more on that in a bit. Appearance and overall impression are an important component of a meal at a quality steakhouse when you're dining out for the evening. Though it's not the be-all end-all, it's been shown that a good-looking meal can alter the perception of food, making it a more enjoyable experience and even improving the taste through psychological conditioning. Thus, the look and feel of these two steaks is extremely important. The LongHorn steak was definitely appealing at first look, with tough, evenly spaced grill marks across its surface and a lot of delectable meat that was pleasing to the eye. The Texas Roadhouse ribeye, by contrast, had a crisscross checkerboard grill pattern.
If you want the pretty grill diamond marks, you just turn it just one time, and then flip it and turn it one more time.
The large bone protruding from the end made it appear like an idealistic version of the dish. The Roadhouse ribeye was also noticeably shinier, more visibly moist, and juicier than its LongHorn counterpart. As a result, it certainly appeared more appealing, even downright mouth-watering. Cutting into each steak revealed the differences in doneness. Both were ordered medium, which should have a pink center throughout. Though the Texas Roadhouse entree appeared visibly pink when we cut into it, the LongHorn Outlaw ribeye was missing that colorful hue, appearing more like it was cooked medium well. There were even spots in the LongHorn steak that seemed nearly well done. As a result, we have to give the Texas Roadhouse steak a clear edge here, as the doneness in this instance more closely matches what was requested. After digging into both entrees, it was clear that both steaks are delicious with a strong flavor and pleasant texture, never too soft nor too tough, with just the right amount of seasoning. Nevertheless, this is no tie. There's an easy winner here, and it might surprise some, mostly because it's not very close. The Texas Roadhouse ribeye simply had a more robust flavor and was far juicier than LongHorn's, with visible moisture flowing forth when cut. It was just as juicy in every bite, too, which matches up with the steak's more accurate cook level and pink center. While they both had a lot of flavor, the LongHorn steak could have used a little sauce to bring it out further, while the Texas Roadhouse ribeye had all the flavor it needed on its own. For the purposes of our comparison, we opted for identical ribeye offerings with no add-ons or optional toppings. Still, the availability of various accoutrements is important in evaluating each restaurant's ribeye, as the variety of choices can make a huge difference based on personal tastes. And this is where LongHorn may get some points to make up for its lagging score. The Outlaw ribeye offers up a nice selection of options, including a Parmesan crust, grilled shrimp, grilled lobster tail, and seasoned mushrooms. Texas Roadhouse also provides a decent menu of options for its bone-in ribeye. The available add-ons include sautéed mushrooms and onions, a blue cheese crumble, a topping of 3 grilled shrimp, and extra jack cheese. Though Roadhouse's options offer more choices at lower price points, the difference probably isn't a huge factor when ordering a ribeye. For the more budget-conscious type, Roadhouse may be the preferred destination, but the option of lobster tail and Parmesan crust are just special enough to earn LongHorn a much-needed win. While the menus at both restaurants offer a variety of choices, we chose 2 side dishes that are synonymous with steak and are available as sides at just about any steakhouse one could imagine: mashed potatoes and a Caesar salad. These 2 choices also offer a good comparison because they are so ubiquitous that we all know what to look for and what to expect for a satisfying version of both. Admittedly, the quality of the ribeye is going to be the deciding factor in your choice of steak, but the sides matter too, and both deliver. Neither version will impress you as anything special that you might find at a more gourmet restaurant, but they are definitely a step up from the store-bought variety. Both boast plenty of flavor, but they also have their pros and cons. For starters, the Texas Roadhouse mashed potatoes have a better texture thanks to the inclusion of small bits of potato skins and a thicker consistency. By comparison, the LongHorn mashed potatoes are a tad runnier than what would be ideal and come across as a little too simple. While the difference between them isn't huge, Texas Roadhouse once again gets the win. With it being such a simple dish, one would think that there wouldn't be much difference between opposing restaurants' Caesar salad.
Oh, Caesar salad, is that good here?
I'm sure it is.
However, the 2 Caesars we ate for this test were surprisingly dissimilar. LongHorn Steakhouse's salad was evenly cut with fresh green lettuce and some sliced Parmesan. Despite the website's promise of croutons, none were present, which was a pretty big letdown. On the flip side, Texas Roadhouse's side salad lettuce didn't feel quite as lush, but still tasted fresh. The presence of a healthy serving of croutons was a big step up, and the larger offering of a mixed blend of grated cheese helped provide a more varied flavor profile that prevented it from becoming too bland. We opted for ranch dressing on both, and the 2 opposing dressings provided were fairly comparable. That makes another marginal win for Texas Roadhouse, which is coming out ahead in most categories so far. Like the add-ons available for the ribeye, it's important to discuss what sides are offered besides the 2 we chose for a side-by-side comparison. Each restaurant provides diners with a long list to choose from, starting with the Caesar salad and mashed potatoes. Beyond those 2 is a wide variety of potential dishes. LongHorn presents several different salad options alone, with a mixed green salad and strawberry salad in addition to the Caesar. After salads, LongHorn's side menu also includes seasoned rice, sweet potato, corn on the cob, Brussels sprouts, shrimp lobster chowder, steakhouse mac and cheese, fries, broccoli, loaded baked potatoes, and asparagus, as well as onion or loaded potato soup. Over at Texas Roadhouse, there's a similar menu with a few key differences. Diners can choose a baked potato, buttered corn, house salad, mac and cheese, green beans, seasoned rice, broccoli, fries, and sweet potato. It also offers applesauce, sautéed onions, and sautéed mushrooms. All told, LongHorn gets the win when it comes to sides. In addition to having more choices than Texas Roadhouse, its offerings are also a bit more varied, and the shrimp lobster chowder and strawberry salad stand out as a couple of particular highlights. Most steakhouse patrons aren't coming for the free bread, but the complimentary pre-appetizer snack is still an integral part of the meal as it sets the stage for everything that comes next. It can be a solid palate cleanser before the more flavorful food and help diners bide their stomach's appetite while they wait for the main course. As for LongHorn and Texas Roadhouse's offerings, this comparison makes for an easy decision, as one bread was far better, tastier, and fresher. That winner would be LongHorn Steakhouse with its luscious, tasty loaf of honey wheat bread made from a house recipe.
Best loaf of bread of just about any restaurant in Atlanta. The bread here, always piping hot.
Texas Roadhouse's bread was stiffer and so sweet that we were almost tempted to spit it out after we bit into it. The upside for Texas Roadhouse is that its butter beat the competition. We got 2 containers of cinnamon butter and a portion of real soft whipped fresh butter. LongHorn, sadly, only provided 2 pre-packed single pats of a very generic tasting salted butter. There are many criteria to consider and elements to examine when deciding who wins our contest of bone-in ribeye steaks from LongHorn Steakhouse and Texas Roadhouse. From appearance, texture, and taste to the quality of the sides and the available menu options, there's a lot to look at. But when all is said and done, there is one winner: Texas Roadhouse. This might surprise some, as LongHorn is a dedicated steakhouse and Texas Roadhouse is more of a general grill-style restaurant with burgers, sandwiches, and chicken dishes. Nevertheless, between the fact that Roadhouse's bone-in ribeye easily bested LongHorn's outlaw ribeye in flavor and appearance, and that its salad also took home a win, makes it an easy decision. Though it suffered a few losses, we can't hold it against the Roadhouse ribeye that the complimentary bread wasn't up to snuff or that the side dish menu wasn't as strong. After all, customers customers looking for a ribeye review probably aren't as concerned with the free loaf or the side salad. It's all about the cut of beef, how it's cooked, and how tender it tastes. And with that, Texas Roadhouse's bone-in ribeye easily takes home the coveted crown in what some may have expected to be a tough head-to-head matchup. Even though Texas Roadhouse wins our contest against LongHorn Steakhouse, that doesn't mean we're automatically telling viewers to choose that establishment when looking for a bone-in ribeye. Sure, our takeout dinner experience deemed Texas Roadhouse tastier, but there is still more to consider than just our recommendation. For starters, you'll likely eat your bone-in ribeye at the restaurant as a dine-in experience, perhaps with a loved one, friends, or family. And that's where things get tricky. Texas Roadhouse, for example, is a more family-friendly chain. It has an alcohol menu, but the energy is more vibrant and meant to appeal to all ages.
The atmosphere at Texas Roadhouse is so fun, it's great, it's perfect for families having a good time.
While LongHorn Steakhouse is certainly not unwelcoming to children and families, the general atmosphere is somewhat more refined and perhaps more appropriate for a classy, romantic evening or even a business dinner with colleagues. We can definitely recommend Texas Roadhouse's bone-in ribeye over LongHorn's outlaw ribeye, but the fact that both are solid versions of the meal means that you might be happier at LongHorn depending on what kind of dining experience you are looking for. If it's purely about the food, go with Texas Roadhouse, but if you want a certain kind of night out, there's every reason to choose LongHorn Steakhouse.